Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So if you check your notices, there actually is a new update coming tomorrow evening about 24 hours from now. And in it, we do have both a new unit and a new feature as well. So of course they call this new feature Astral Archive, but the unit featured there is I don't know if she's astral in any way, but it's a familiar face, although in a different style, so to speak. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So note this is still the same version 3.1.200. So anyone who wants to summon on this particular banner will have to wait for the full 24 hours before getting it. I know that in the past, some iOS users got updates earlier. However, in this case, all banners drop around the same time. This is also an in-game update, so no one can really start some of the new features as well. So, not too familiar with this new feature. I'm looking forward to trying things out. That being said, I'm still quite behind. As you know, summer is quite busy and I haven't had as much time to play Another Eden as I'd like. Still working on chapter 3 of the last Apocrypha, Wanderer in the Binding Night. So yeah, falling a little bit behind here, but hopefully this update is more for fun rather than a lot of slog and a lot of crazy grinding. So some sort of Astrotome, I guess a separate feature. You can clearly see in the menu there, under menu and quests, there's a new tab called Tomes. And if you look at it, I guess we get specialized items and things like that. And so my understanding that this is another way to kind of unlock specialized personal gear, maybe Graster or even weapons. The manifest system should be for all the weapons. However, again, haven't checked out any spoilers from Japan yet. So this feature should be exciting. And like I said, I'll try it out to get it out as quickly as I can. Although, like I said, I'm quite behind on many areas of Another Eden, especially the last few months. So there are boss fights here too. So for those who like boss fights, and I'm sure there are many of you, that's going to be fun. For those who are going to be a little bit worried about it, like myself, we'll have to see how difficult it is. And of course, you do have to fight both hard and very hard. And so I'm really hoping that the difficulty of these are not in the same level of the warped fights. I'm hoping that the more like boss rush or battle simulator fights, in which case the very hards were definitely doable instead of just banging your head against the wall in frustration. And you can meet new sidekicks. So I believe this update should have a 3-star sidekick that's for free, aka a free buddy. And that's in line with our newest unit. And you can get some free chronostones when you grind out the reward. So for those of us who are in the doghouse and not having many stones, an extra 1,800 stones looks very, very valuable to all of us. So the featured unit is going to be AS Pizzica. So for those who have used Pizzica in the past, and I think she's been out about 18 months now, the banner kind of like right before Eva. She was one of the premier, well, she was first of all the early and only singer at the time, and she was very, very powerful. She had defense with oratorio. She had offense with her double damage songs, Rhapsody Aria, among other ways to kind of capitalize on the enemy, to kind of use singing to double damage, half damage, MP regeneration, AF bar charge. She was even good support in bow and pierce teams by giving extra crit damage, so on and so forth. Now, she wasn't really a damage dealer per se, more of a support unit with some healing and regenerative properties. Now, AS Pizzica is a little bit different. As you know, the AS ones has a lot of ways to stack charges, and based on that, it will kind of do different mechanics. First of all, her VC is very interesting. Status immunity and knockback immunity to the own team, as long as the team is a pierce team, so bow and lance allies. And it actually stacks a specialized orb called Harmony, which interacts with Pizzica specifically. You can either stack it by VCing it in, or at the end of every turn when she is singing, she'll stack one stack on herself, I guess, and all other bow and lance allies. And by that, if you think about it, that means you'll get either 3 or 4 stacks depending on if she gets it to everyone or just her allies. She has an attack that if you have up to 12 stacks, and again, that's either 3 or 4 turns depending on whether or not she gives herself a stack, her AoE is going to be now a fire type pierce attack times 4XL, and it also inflicts 3 stacks of weapon break pierce. So our first weapon break pierce, for those who uses weapon break shade, or elemental break shade, or weapon break slash, or other things like that in some of the more recent units are extremely powerful. You'll know how powerful that is because you can really customize the multi-hits of break to double the damage of multi-hit attacks. So some of our most powerful pierce units, aka Suzette, Ultra Tuva, and so on and so forth, will now get a lot of damage. And with this particular attack, it also can have a very high mod as well if you get all those harmony stacks on her. So again, in more mid-range fights where it takes more than 1 or 2 turns, I think she now has the ability to not only have some supportive abilities, she'll also have some offense, especially later on when you don't really need the song to kind of protect yourself. She still does have her 4-star Oratorio, which is a very, very useful one, the one that reduces damage by 50% and heals and gives MP regen and restore statuses. Now the other 5-star AS move is a different song. This song not only also reduces damage by 50%, just like Oratorio, and it also does healing, just like Oratorio. Now it gives type res of all party members up 50% for 1 turn, and keep in mind that as long as song is active, then at the end of turn you'll give 1 turn of basically this type shield, which is an Aurora Force, and as long as you have an entire Pierce team, you're going to have the MP regen, which is the same, restore statuses, which is the same, and type attack of all party members plus 50%. So a much more offensive, capable song than Oratorio. Essentially all the benefits of Oratorio already with the extra type shield and type attack. So in an all Pierce team, looks very, very powerful, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that would interact with her massive DPS if the fight is a little bit longer. Anyways, again, you can see her new style is called errato, I guess. Well, she is a singer, I mean, so there you go. And for those who haven't really played through the 3000 Realm Arc series and don't really have a lot of connections or didn't pull on these banners because, you didn't start the game back then, say a year ago, you do have a faithful that can kind of catch up on all the main players in that series. You got a couple of different singers, actually, Pizzica and both versions. Milsha, the AS, was a singer. Mystere, that is also a singer in the AS. And of course, some of our featured units from the West, which is Thilly and Rosetta. So for those who want some of those units, I know they are a little bit older, but if you want a collection or you just kind of like the unit themselves, that is a great way to catch up. And that's pretty much it. So again, not really sure how this Astral Archive, aka a different form of boss simulator or battle simulator or whatever is going to be, but looking forward to at least trying it and seeing how that goes. Again, my schedule is quite busy, so I'll get out as much content as I can. My Should You Summon series will happen tomorrow evening once the banner drops as well. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you're planning to do with this banner, and if you have obviously a lot more information than I do on the Astral Archive and the type of fights expected in terms of difficulty, looking forward to hearing from you on that. As for myself, I do have Pizzica normal style, of course, when I got her a year and a half ago, so I will not be summoning on this banner at all. Farming the treatises as usual, and looking forward to a different banner, hopefully coming up soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.